season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome, everyone, to Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, and home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Collins with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Seminoles will boot it away to start the game. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab on the left. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one, too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12, wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
With the catch, it's Cook. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Like a big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Cowboys come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Cook. He's forced out of bounds just short of the goal line, a mere yard away from Pater. The Cowboys in the hurry up. They'll try to run it in. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? No running room on the last two plays. Can they find a crack on third and goal? They want to throw it. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. From the gun, the ground game. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
First and 10 from their own 15-yard line. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, you think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's. Wenke, Winston, Ward. Dudes that could change the game. Heisman Trophy winners. Every defensive coordinator was scared every time they had to play the Seminoles because of that vaunted passing attack. And this guy, I think he has D coordinators seeing ghosts because this guy can play at a high level.
Back to the ground game on the left. Got the first down and more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking downfield on first down. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
To the air on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's sacked.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Turning it on. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
One of the coolest things I love about football is the strategy. Like, first drive, what are they going to line up in? What are they going to try to take advantage of? How are they going to attack us? And so far, this offense has had some success. This defense now getting in their territory. They need to figure out some answers to some of these questions.
Off play action on 1st down. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Looking for room, it's key. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowpoke faithful bringing it on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it's no good. He missed it. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. The give out of the gun. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain, it's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Grab behind the line. It's Thompson. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. To the air on first down. Got his man downfield. Breaks into the open. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Nestled just inside that right upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. OHIO. Ohio State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout to remember. They're up 14 over Texas A&M. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. At the 35, he's got room. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle. Pulls it and fires to the left. There he goes. Nice
pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Working on the right. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and it's just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and you race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
Man, what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a third and long.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Yeah, and this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number one, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
Make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Off the play fake on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
The Noles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Tackled there by the defense.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Bully ball on third and short. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. That's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. They'll run for it. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the fourth down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Punts it out of the air. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Lost a throw on first down. All by himself. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. He's got him still on his feet. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off play action. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. You get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. They'll start this drive going to the air. Had to throw it before he wanted.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot. He gets outside the pocket. They did a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his man. It's Key. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Just a short pass to the tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt and take it back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Cowboys will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward, Palmer. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better second half?
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Out of the shotgun on third down. That's caught. It's sacked. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make 2 in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
And the Knowles will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Meadows. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Cowboys in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quick step and go. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Cowboys! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Ohio State is running away with things, and I'm not sure even Bucky saw this coming today from this offense. They're up by 18 over Texas A&M. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Quick completion on the out route. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. When Bobby Bowden built this program, High-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO. They were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
It is deafening in here. The panel people going to work. Third down and a big one for the Cowpokes. Fires to the right. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Starting to feel a little pressure. With the catch, it's Thompson. Out across the 45, and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back.
He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2 possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws.
Turning it on! He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. And the Cowboys come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
The Cowboys are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. That's reeled in. It's Meadows. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what we saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw again. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally Those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Off the bootleg and rolling out. He wants it all. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Using the quick game.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowboy faithful bringing it on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. On a little time, lets it go. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that. It'll be 2nd down.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over. And they almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
Red pass, it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Cook. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the Cowboys are on the move. On the run, it's Thompson. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
There's something you don't see very often. A sack on a screen pass. You know, quarterbacks are taught to hold the ball, hold the ball, hold the ball, and then get rid of it right before the rush gets to you. But that time, I think he just held on to it a little too long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect 3rd down and long execution by this defense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Liberty is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sparky isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 6 over UTSA. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Grab near the marker. It's sacked. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. And the Seminoles are in the hurry up.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through.
Intercepted. The defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Meadows. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The tight end gets a handoff on 3rd and short. You don't see that every day. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys need to pick it up on 4th down. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Cowboys. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll be forced out of bounds at his 21-yard line. Not the best field position you could ask for, but they'll get it started there. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Fires to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Got rid of it just in time. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. At the 40, there he goes. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
That's caught. It's sacked. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Touchdown, Knowles! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And it's perfect. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. They'll start this drive from the 42. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He wants a big play here late. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles!
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Man, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught, close to the marker, it's Cook. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Ballmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game